It's a flamingo mouse. Hey guys, is it hot where you are? 92 degrees. Didn't it snow 2 weeks ago? Let me tell you something, it's hot. So Saturday, my daughter had a great big party for her daughter. And I got to feed the cows and play with the chickens. I got beat up by a couple of the kittens I got bites. It was a good day though. Seen her little greenhouse he built her and seen all the grandchildren. We had a great day. So I kind of had to make up today. Thursday night we had storms. There was actually, I didn't realize it was so bad. There was tornado warnings all over the place. And I got thrown off like 3 times. So I finished it in a reel. I sent it all over. There's still one part that's missing, you know. But I think you can get most of it because there was like the stencil. Then you can kind of do your own flowers. So anyways, we've been out doing stuff. I didn't know I was going to have company for 4 days. And that's how it is sometimes. And so we did a little shopping and did some eating out and got a few things done. She's going to mow in the morning. And I don't know, some dandelion issues here, I guess, everywhere. I made some dandelion salve, dandelion gel. I guess my daughter's going to make some dandelion wine, which would be nice. Last time we had it was so good. Reminded me of like brandy or something. Anyways, I'm going to do this little class today. We're going to do this guy. I had a picture. I don't know where it is, but I don't do it the same every time. So basically, you can do what you want, but I'm going to do it. You can kind of follow me. I'm going to copy it onto heavy-duty watercolor paper. I think it's like 170, 180 pounds, which is heavy, so you can frame it. That's what's nice about watercolor paper. Pretty easy to frame. And, you know, it's a nice size you can buy the frame pretty cheap. You would buy the frame that size, and the frame would be a little bit bigger when you get done, and you have a nice size picture. I should, like, bring one out for you. I have them where you put the matting in. I put them in matting. I sell them in a fancy bag, and info in the back, and it can just be inserted into a 11 by 14 frame, which ends up being a nice size picture for 8 by 10 if you're doing something real fancy. So I usually come on here Saturdays at 4 o'clock in the Arts Heroes group, and Thursday nights at 7. I put you up on my board. And this week we're going to be painting rocks, okay? That time of the year I could probably do them outside if I want to. Although I got eaten alive outside too. The bugs are out big time. So Thursday night, probably Thursday and Saturday. I was thinking about doing this for Memorial Day. I don't know, depends on what we're doing, but I did her last year. She's pretty easy. I don't think there's any tracer, but anyways, we're definitely going to do the rocks. So I'm art by Diana Myers. My name is Diana Myers, and I'm a self-taught artist. Been painting for 40 years. I do paint parties, sell stuff, give classes, and paint all kinds of stuff. Do watercolors, squash. Started out doing oil colors for like 20 years, and I went to painting with a twist and started doing this. So after COVID, I started doing more online. Although I'm still doing paint parties, I'm making another one up for a place, so I'll be busy with that too, but not too much in the summer. I'm doing my garden. Anyways, I'm a self-taught artist, been doing it a long time, and I know where you are, I know where you've been. It's different now, there's more stuff now to get started, so I try to not only teach you, but inspire you, give you ideas, and give you more confidence. I usually do some readings on Saturdays, I have books that I recommend, and things to just keep you going and keep you motivated. So let me turn this around. I'm going to copy this onto the paper. Now, I don't know if you've ever done this, some of you might not have, but it's just any kind of canvas, paper, wood. I'm actually going to do a door liner. My daughter gave me a piece of board, barn wood. I'm going to make me a big sign. I got to sand it down and clean it first. I got some stuff back here that I get from my essential stencils. One I never use, it says home on it. I'm going to make it for my outside porch. Alright, so all you do is, on your canvas or paper, you put your shiny side down of paper, ink paper, or what do they call it? It's ink paper. They have different names for it, but you can find this at Michael's and any store that sells office supplies, you can get this paper, and it's for transfer. You just put it down shiny side down. You get this off the internet. You could get it with your own home copier, or you could go to like a, you know, like a Office Depot or the library, anywhere. So I'm just going to take a pencil and I'm going to outline it pretty simple. I love turtles. I've done this before. I love this one. Now, in the original one, I did this like an orange with kind of red dots. But if you wanted to look more like a real one, you could maybe not do all the fancy stuff in the middle, do a grid. But this is the basic shape, and I kind of like this little abstract look. Very pretty for like a wall. Or you could do this on a board too, and maybe make it for next to the pool. I have, my bathroom has all this kind of, let me set one up. All this kind of like oceany kind of stuff. I think we're going to do a mermaid again, and we're going to be doing in the other group, we're going to be doing an octopus and a ocean scene under the sea, I call it, which is going to be this coming week, this week, right? Yeah. Don't have a picture right here. You'll see it on there. That's in my paid membership. If you ever want to get in, you see the little nicer paintings in there, the big paintings. Let me know. I will get you in and show you the ropes. Alright. So this tracer is in this group. I put it over here the other day. So this will eventually go over to the guides area. I'm just going to freehand this design. Except for this part. Pretty simple form. You can get, whoops, pretty creative. Anywhere I kind of miss, I can fix it with the paint, you know. Well, I got eaten alive this weekend. Oh, you know, it was 50 degrees last week, and I'm gardening right now. I'm still working on my yard. We had this built, this trailer on a slab, I don't know, 2 years ago. So this is my second summer. I finally got most of the grass in, and now I'm putting plants and stuff. Still got a lot of gravel out front. So it was 50 degrees out, and I got bit really bad in my, so I've been out shopping for different, I got these pucks, and I seen this thing, it's a mosquito pucks, where you put them into a bucket with some greenery, let it ferment a little bit, and it's supposed to help. And I got some water out back, so I had my daughter go back out there and throw in some pucks. They're kind of in a swamp. I call it the swamp. There's a pond on the other side, so you get the idea. That's all you gotta do. You can just like add these little fronds. Fix it up a little bit if you have to. And now what I need is I need some paint. So I'm gonna do like I did in the other picture. I'm gonna do orange with like red dots. And I'm gonna do this like a two-tone green. I'll just take a green, add some white. And the flowers I did in the other one were gray. But I think I'm gonna do this in pink. I think the pink would look good with the green. That's what I'm gonna do. So now I need some kind of something to put my paints on. And I do have some palette paper and my wet palette. Hold on, guys. Just kind of making this class up because what happened Thursday night and I was gone Sunday or Saturday. So I just got this mess. It's a mess, but it keeps my papers pretty wet usually. So let's do, I think, an orange I did, and then like red highlights. But we're just gonna do some orange first. Let me put my flamingos away, and let me see if you guys are up here yet. If anybody's on, let me see. Whew. Boy, it's hot in here. I ain't putting my, I don't have central air. I kind of like it warm, so I never worry where I am. Never worried about having it. So I just live with fans. But the first couple days, I'm not used to it, but it'll happen. I'm used to it, but it's only be a couple days since we go back down to 50 again. Central New York weather, you know. Need some paper towels. I do that tracer very good, but she'll be all right when I get done painting. Nothing's got to be perfect. You look up when I get done. It's all that matters. You'll say, oh, these tracers aren't art. Oh, yes, they are. They've been using tracing methods and copying methods for a long, long, long time. They would like take the shadow of something with the light and maybe a flower or something, and they would trace the outside or a human form. Yeah, guys, real stuff. So don't freak out if you think this is an art. This is art. Anything when you get done with it and it looks like art or painting or whatever, you're an artist and you just did art. So blah, 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 right? All right, so I'm gonna get me a good sized brush. So it'll take me forever to do the outside of this, and I don't get no tiny little lines. I want it kind of on the smooth side. So I'm just gonna take some orange. Actually, I'm gonna get a little bit of that red, and I'm gonna kind of ombre. I'm gonna go orange to red. I'm gonna ombre it. That's what I did last time. So let me get a little bit of this red on here. Put it on my palette. Orange to red, kind of ombre. You guys know what ombre is? I think most people do. Okay. More paper towels. I think I dropped my paper towels. So yeah, we do a little bit of everything. We're doing rock painting next week. We're gonna do watercolor. I might get back to my jelly plating printing. And we're doing acrylic all in between. I teach them mostly acrylic. Do a lot of it in my other group too, so mostly acrylic paintings. And we do a little bit of everything. Try to get you interested in different things and trying different stuff. Different techniques. I have an ATC group, we do that too. So let me just get this orange on here first. This actually is, it was like the chat groups were inside these groups and they took them all out. So they put them all over in Messenger, which is fine. But we decided to make it private. So if you want to get in and do some ATC cards, I do that too. You can just come on over. Those things are fun, but not only, you don't have to mail them, but just because if you're doing small stuff like that, you get to do, you know, I do multimedia, you get to do watercolors, you get to experiment. I have one that sews stuff on, she's a sewer, you know, so you can have all kinds of fun. So I'm just kind of doing these back and forth. I'm not worrying about the edges, so I'll make that up when I go back around. This brush is a little dry, I'm gonna get it wet. Yeah, so make sure you check in once in a while and see if you find anything interesting you want to do. All videos now on Facebook can only be watched for 30 days. So at the end of 30 days, this is a public group, I send them over to YouTube. I now have like 180 public paintings or, you know, classes. So you'll be seeing this at the end of the month. I usually take all my videos from May or whatever month and move them over there. My other ones are private, so the paid group, the membership goes over there privately. And when you join that, you get those separately. So I'll put a little redness. We're going to ombre this a little bit. Ombre a little bit, just add some red and kind of work my way up here. Yeah, so it's a good time. Learn all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I've been doing this, I've been online here for 6 years now. And I started this right around COVID time. Couldn't go out for a while. They wouldn't let us do any classes. Eventually they let us do 15. I started working at Spaghetti Warehouses down there for a pretty long time, and then they recently closed it. I had dropped out of there because you could tell there was things going on. It wasn't what it used to be, and so I dropped out. And I've been doing other places now. And still do some private parties, and you know, I'm doing this. Sell essentials. I'm an ambassador. You know, did a little bit of everything. Years ago, there wasn't much you could do. It was either paint and hope you sold something, and that was pretty much it. So now you can do all. I've sold stuff. I had some things up in a place, which I'm gonna get back into, and I want to do some more. I was gonna do this one competition. I missed the date. I thought it said May 17th, it said April. Yeah, that's a little off there, huh? Only was like, 3 weeks late, right? So let me kind of break this up a little bit. So funny, right? Too many eggs in the fire here. It's summertime. I want to work on my garden. I just put some beans in, or I'm going to put some beans, and I put a whole bunch of zinnia in. Well, I did put the beans. I put the beans in 3 different kinds. I got one of those teepees. I put it out there, growing it in some of those grow bags. And I got some lettuce coming up. I think some birds got in it, so I went out there and put some hot pepper down and some garlic. Hope they keep out of it, right? Okay, let me see if you guys are up here. I got some lettuce coming up. I think some birds got in it. I see. I went out there and put some hot pepper. Let me turn the sound off, guys. I don't think anybody's in here yet. Nobody expects me to come in on a Monday. I told them, but I don't know if anybody remembered. There you go. But you can rewatch this, guys. If you guys come back here later, it's already done. You can rewatch it. No big deal. There's some more orange down. No big deal. A lot of times I get more rewatches these days. It's because people are busy. And I tell you, if I'm home and it's nice out, I wouldn't be out watching this, so I'd watch it later. A lot of people are, just getting out of work. A lot of the stores are busy. I think it's because Memorial Day is coming, and getting all the sales, right? If you're doing anything, I don't know. So kind of a little redder on this bottom, so I'm adding a little, just a touch of the red. This red is called, what's it called? These are all apple red. These are all deco art paints. You get kind of a deal on them, so that's why you use these mostly. But any acrylic paint will work, even the tube stuff, it'll all work. Alright, so now let's neaten these edges up. I'm going to use a green, a dark green, and I'm just going to lighten it with some white. This one's called Kelly Green. I'll put the decorations in last. I got like a little fancy edge on that. I'm just going to take some dark green, do the legs first. Now if it's a little see-through, you could add some white to it. I better get some white in here so I can fix these edges up. I'm determined not to put my air conditioner next to this. Let's go back down to 54. Yeah, it might be a while if we get another 90-degree day. I think this is kind of a fluke. At least for Central New York, we usually run always on the cold side. We set a record again this year in New York State for snow, 140 inches. We haven't had that. We have this thing called a Golden Snowball Award. And we haven't had it. It's either Buffalo usually, or Erie, or something like that. Albany, Rochester. Usually it's Rochester, us, or Buffalo. I'm in Syracuse. And we got it. And it's been snowing a lot, or raining a lot too, so we got a lot of rainfall. It's kind of swampy out there. I call this place the swamp that I live in. So I'm doing this dark green. Neaten these edges up. I can kind of go back here and fix it with the orange too. So I don't worry about the edges too much. As I come back, I just adjust them with the brush. Back with that orange and kind of fix around the edges. We'll make his head kind of dark green too. Kind of better if you kind of smush the orange and then come back with the green. I think it works better. Now I'm going to add some white and do this part right here in a light green. I'll do this inside dark green. I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do a pink. I think the last time I did a gray, but I thought it'd be fun to do kind of a pink, right? Like I said, you can use any color you want. Pretty simple tracer. Some medium-sized round brush. And I'm going to go into the white and mix it with the green and get like a light green. Just for contrast. Mix a good bit so I get the same color. over on the side here. And I'm going to come back this way and do the light green. White and green, it's a Kelly green, kind of a medium colored green. Medium sized round brush. Acrylic paint. I got a class I want to do at my this place called the Riverside. I have this idea called he thought my brother owns it. He thought that Paint and Sifts, which actually was the name of a company, which I think it still might be, but a lot of people call them Paint and Sifts. It's just something that they've always done. So but you know, most people buy their own drinks. Now, is it Painting with a Twist? They actually sold their own wine and beer, no liquor allowed. And you had to have a special license for that. You know, it's whatever. So, anyways, you're trying to think of something we could do with it. So I thought, now some artists, with these paint parties, they'll do a drink ticket. So I thought, why not do 2 margaritas? And I got 2 different paintings I'm going to do of margaritas. One, I'm going to do the rim with like sparkles. It's going to be awesome. So that's my idea. I don't know if to call it Margarita Madness or Midnight Margaritas or something like that. I think that would be fun. Kind of summertime too, you know what I mean? So me and the manager, you know, manages the place, they're going to put something together, I hope. So that's my thought. I think it'd be pretty cool. So let me see, I got the wrong color. Yeah, wrong color. So I'm going to take the dark green. I'm going to fix this orange up in a minute, but I'm going to kind of go in here and start fixing this green up. So that's my thought. I think it'd be a pretty cool party. But, you know, it'd be a little more expensive because I don't know, he's kind of high end, so I don't know. I don't drink, so I'm not sure what they get for a margarita. What do they get for a margarita these days? I don't even know. I know it's not cheap. So something like that I think would be a great idea. I got one that has like a hibiscus flower on it. And I have another one that just has like moons and stars and sparkles, which I think would be really cool. I just went and bought some sparkles. Somebody's going to do it. Nice, the dark green that I did on their feet. That's what I'm doing. Basically, you're learning to maneuver your brush, play with your colors. So this is good practice, just maneuvering that brush. Sometimes your hand's shaky. One trick is to put your pinky down so you have a little more control over your paint. I got a little smaller area here. You could probably use a smaller brush right here. Change brush sizes. There's a lot of things you can do when you're learning. It's just great practice, these things are. I love doing these little projects like this. I just painted my, oh, I'm in here. If you guys seen, I painted my Crocs. I had Van Gogh on them, like, sorry, now I get sick of it. So I painted in black, let them dry. I painted all flowers on the tips, came out so cute. Now I'm looking around for some more, but I just refuse to pay another $65 to $100 and something for a pair of Crocs. Especially when I just get them all dirty. So I'm looking around for some used ones. Secondhand store. I like the Croc brand, those, they're the best. I've seen some girls selling them, so I don't know. I think it was Poshmark. So I want some more. But that was fun. I got a bowl-on-ball I'm going to do. Then I got a porch cleaner I'm doing from Barnwood from my daughter's farm. So lots of projects coming up, guys. Things to watch and learn. Yeah. See if I can use a small brush to get these big strokes. That's why it's when you get a bigger area, it's better to use a little bigger brush. I could use a smaller brush, but then I'd have more lines, so I'm trying to not have too many. I mean, I don't really care, but it does look better if there's not too many lines. I'm kind of leaving these out. I'm going to have to come back and make that little, what is it called, a stamen? It's called a stamen. If you come on, you rewatch this later, make sure you put hashtag rewatch. So I know if you guys like these. I sent one of my girls a thing. She likes turtles that I was doing this painting. I had a turtle when I was a kid. It's fun. Actually, I think it was my brothers, my little brothers. I'm not sure whose it was, but one of them. Well, there was a bunch of us, so it was somebody's. So I got like my pinky down in my hand. Gives you more control. I think a bright pink would look so pretty. I might have to get the blow dryer out though. Let this green dry for a little bit before I come in here and do the pink. Yeah, so you can go over to YouTube and watch a whole, you can go binge watch all my stuff. Alright, so I'm going to rinse this out a little bit. I'm going to get some of my oranges and I'm going to kind of go around here and just fix and adjust a little bit. A little bit, a little bit. That's all you got to do. Just adjust. What you do when you're painting. Oops, I went over a little bit. It's okay, I can still fix it. So a lot of my stuff I do in these classes are really beginner friendly. So I do this thing if you join my Artsy Rose group, this group up in the top, in the featured area, there will be you gotta scroll. Once you get to the feature, you gotta scroll down. You'll see a thing where you can get 10 tips to get you started painting, just basic stuff for acrylic painting. If you go up there, you'll see it. Once in a while, I post in here, and usually I'll tell my new people that join that it's up in there. So if you want some tips to get you started, what you're going to need, just go up into the featured area, and it'll help you. And another thing I have that'll help you is you will see my Amazon store. You'll see the link in there. Just hit the Amazon button. And even if you don't buy it from there, if it's too expensive or you don't, sometimes I order in bulk, at least you'll have an idea what I'm using, what books I refer you to, because like on Saturdays I do readings from different art books for inspiration, blah, blah, blah. So make sure you go up there and check out what's in there. And I usually post whatever our challenge is for the month. We've got stuff in there for challenges, and I give out a prize. Same thing if you're in the ATC group. I usually give out a prize every month. So I gotta get some mailed out. I was supposed to do it a couple days ago, but then I got all this company. My mail goes like, there's like a hut here. I have to go down to the hut and mail stuff, so even if I got it ready, I either got to go down or beg somebody to go down if I'm busy. Oh. It was pouring the other day. We had that Thursday night, and we had a bunch of storms. I'm just kind of filling this in where it's not covering the edges. Sometimes it's better if you want it to look a little more professional. If you come in with tape the edges, you get that nice sharp edge. I don't always do that, but if you want that, do some masking tape or some painter's tape. It'll look a lot better. Green here. I'm gonna fix this up a little bit. Just an idea. You can make this multimedia. You could add like paper right here. You know, if you got a pretty pattern. You don't have to do these. You can just paint it green, put different multimedia stickers, all kinds of stuff. This would be a great little kids painting too. And do their own thing, which I encourage. Doing your own thing, kind of follow some of the stuff they teach you, and then just break all them rules. Yeah. Use macaroni. I did this thing a couple years ago. I still have it. Somewhere with a washer. Everybody loves it. Where in my other group, I think there's one person that followed me, I think. I just, every day, I did this painting. and I added something to it. Hey Rachel, every day I'd put like macaroni, I put like paper, those paper, the brown paper, I squished up, put it on there from Amazon. All kinds of pens. Every day I did something to it, so I took pictures, and it progressively, as the month went by, the picture changed, and it came out good, but it changed over a month. But it was just a way to spend 5 minutes or less every day. And someday I just wrote all my kids' names in. I don't forget all the stuff I did to it, but every day I did something different. So at the end of the month, I got this really good shop bringing out sometime, this really cool painting, and it's just an accumulation of all different techniques, and I had to keep finding room. And eventually, it started out kind of a hot pink, and it just changed. It kind of morphed. It had all these colors, and I used like a gold paint, and I wound up the brown paper in a big circle. It looks like a rose, you know. So it was a lot of fun, but it's just something that I think is really cool if you want to keep painting. You only got one piece of canvas. Well, that works too. You can use stuff from all over the house, make it multimedia. It came out really cool. I'm going to do it again because it was fun. All right, give me some pink. I got this nice fuchsia pink. Hey Rachel, how you doing? How's your daughter like her, how like Grayson like her painting? I gave her a little kit. She came to paint rocks with me, and then, you know, her mother wanted to go do stuff, so I gave her a bunch of leftovers, and, you know, she took them home and she painted rocks. Did you take pictures of them, Rachel? Oh, she's still on here. Rachel's painted with me many times. Her son works for me when I do paint parties. He's done a couple paint parties with me. Help me out. Alright, so I think a little smaller brush. I think a little smaller detail brush like this one. See how small that is? The other one was probably a medium small. See the difference? People say a round brush, see the difference? This is more of a detail brush, but it's a round brush. I could even go a little bigger than that. I'm going to do the bigger one. See, it's like an in-between size. See, a round brush can be a lot of different sizes. This is more traditional, I think. I'm going to use this one. This is a little small. And if not, I can go back. All right. I'm going to get this fuchsia pink. Fuchsia pop. Art Deco. Very pretty. Nice summer color. Kind of a beachy Florida color. We might use this for the dots in the background. I'm gonna adjust as I go. What am I gonna do with the center color? I don't know yet. I don't know. Yeah. Lined up another class at my brother's, Rachel. And I'm looking at that lady, see if she wants to do paint kits, huh?
If I were to go get a kiddie pool.
A what?
A kiddie pool. Could we put it in your yard?
If you want to, but you gotta put it away when you're done.
Hell.
Come on, you guys can't be that desperate.
It's 1,000 degrees outside.
Go take a shower. You're not putting a kiddie pool in my yard. Oh my God, I got adults here acting like children because they're getting. We got 2 hot days out of 100 days. You'll survive. Go make like the tub is a kiddie pool. You guys believe this? If we go get a kiddie pool, 23 and 41. They're over here complaining. Put the air conditioner in, I guess. I'm fine. I like a little one. You believe it? You guys.
I've been sent in as the HR department. That seems to be the problem.
She wants to get a kiddie pool. But I said,
know, I told
no.
her. Just a little one. Little baby one. For my tootsies. They're sweaty.
Then what am I going to do with it? You get to put it in the shed.
Well, if it's a blow up one, I could just...
I'm not going outside. I'm not showing my face for a week. So go ahead.
For why?
Because they'll be like, I see your kids had fun. I see I have my 40 and 23-year-old.
I'm a child at heart. I also have
Do whatever you want. Why don't you just put the air conditioner in?
I'm going to go get myself an ice suit and sit outside.
There you go. Oh, God. They're all comedians around here. That is kind of funny. If this was a little more private, At my old house, I would have done it. I had blow up pools. Well, I actually have a pool. I had a pool for years. My sister has a gigantic one, but she's not going to open for a couple more weeks. I go over there a lot. So I live over there in the summer. Got a key to get in. But, you know, I wait till it warms up. It's too cold for me to get in. Oh, I don't know. I should go out there and just hose them down while they're sitting in the chair, huh? Is that a good idea? You guys want pictures? I should go out there and just start, here you go, you hot? I'll make them come on water or something. I might do that. Children, ugh. I'm just putting a little white in here because this pink's a little see-through, so let's kind of lighten this up just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. God. Hey. So funny. So what color should I do the inside part? Pink in here. I don't know. Let me think. Yellow? No. Goes with pink. Blue goes with pink. This has a, it's kind of a fuchsia pink. It has like a blue base. Blue would be pretty. Maybe a light blue would be pretty. I think so. Let's give it a try. Why not? What theme is, but it's blue. What else I got? Let me see what's in here. No, I don't like that one. Stormy. Oh, I just put that one out. Oh, that one's too dark. I want a lighter one. Oh, you know what would be good? Teal. Mermaid tail. Perfect. One of my favorite colors. This will look really good. Very tropical color. It's one of their kind of signature colors. Deco art. Let's see. Get it out. Gotta mix it up a little bit. Sometimes if you see that clear stuff at the top, that's your binder. Which it won't hurt it, you can just take it out. But the thing is, later on when you're using that paint, it's a little sticky and thick. It's because you didn't mix it up, didn't mix the binder back in. So I give it a good shake and then it'll come out and all the binder's mixed in. If it's going to come out, get it out. So there we go. Towel. Yeah, I think this teal is going to work. Same thing, I get that small brush. And I get that teal. There's also like a little stamen thing on this. Ooh, it's pretty blue. It looks good with it. You mix this pink and blue, you get the prettiest color. You mix these two colors. It's fuchsia pop and mermaid tail. The brush is a little dry on me. A little white too, a little white, and make it kind of gets see-through sometimes if you add a little white. Even if it's a little light, you can let it dry a second. Then come back and add your blue again. It'll cover a little better. This blue is actually a little sticky. That's good. See, this little thing comes off. We'll do that after with some white, I think. I think white will work. I don't know, it might be a pool out there in a minute. She says, I'm going out with some ice cream. If it didn't bother them, why'd they come in and ask? They knew I would be thrilled about it. Those two when they're together. That's my youngest daughter and my youngest grandchild. They're like two big kids. They work hard, but they're funny. Funny. All my children are comedians. Are you guys cool yet? I'm gonna kind of bring this in here a little bit because we're gonna put that stamen on here. Just cover that right up for now. Take some more of that pink and I'm going to go around this blue so I got a better edge. It's called cutting in. You can go back and adjust your edges with another color, with your other color, so it shows up better. Same thing here. Now, I paint pretty fast. I've been doing this a long time, and I've been teaching online and in person for, in person, it's got to be 10 years or more, maybe longer, before COVID, so at least 10 years. So I'm whipping through this, guys, but you might want to dry each section. You'll be getting your paint into other paint. You might want to dry each section. I tend to paint wet on wet, so just be aware that, you know, that I've been doing this a while, and that's what happens, so. Because I do it doesn't mean you can do it. Just don't worry about it. And do your own thing, do your own colors. If you screw up, change the color, do whatever you gotta do. And this is your tracer now, so you can do whatever you wanna do. Extra blue in there, I think, a little white. Okay. So now I'm going to kind of make more of a tail down here. I got that kind of screwed up, so I'm going to take that green and white. I'm going to kind of just fix this to give him a little tail. How about that? Give him a little tail. Alright. I'm going to dry this a little bit before I put those other ones on there. And then do a little something to the background. Nice hot dryer. I just got a dryer, but some people have that tool. I just use my dryer. Dries fast. I'm going to take that real small brush, this one, my tiny detail brush, and I'm going to wet up a little white, make a little puddle of white, like a little paint and 2 globs of water, so that it's thin like ink. And you get yourself like almost like an inky type thing, not too thick, and you'll find that it flows better. And you can do little lining things, see? And there's like this little choop, choop. I'll do the same thing right here. Go this way. Choop, choop. Much better to line with. Now there was a design on the outside of this, and I just make some water in that. Make sure the paint is dry before you do this, and thin it out, a little inky like. I'm just gonna make some S's. Just some S's. You could do X's, you could do O's, you could do twirls. You can experiment. You can always paint over it. If you don't like it, or like I said, this is your tracer, you could do several. Make sure that paint is moving. You gotta mix that wet with a little water. Put your pinky down so you get a little more control, or You could do this with a Posca pen. That's another thought. Or any kind of like pencil, or if you're into pastels or any of that kind of stuff. Pencils, you can paint right over acrylic paint. Real easy to paint over. Not oil, but you can paint over water and acrylic, not a problem. There we go. Now on the outside, I think I'm just going to take this pink, and I'm just going to take the end of my brush. I'm just going to put like some almost like little petals or pebbles, or just a little extra design for the outside. A little kind of abstract, modern looking. Turtle. Just the pink. You could do white too. Get my water up this green a little bit. I'm gonna fix a few places here and there. Cover up some of the ink or the pencil marks. So I think that's pretty much it, folks. Fun little paint to do, isn't it? It's fun. I love like all the bright colors of summer, so I suggest you do some bright summery colors. Isn't that cute? Fun. You can give him some eyes. You can do some ripples like he's kind of crawling through the water. You can do a blue background. I've done that. So that's it for tonight. We'll put this one up here on my little easel. I will see you guys Thursday night, and we're gonna do rocks this week. I think it's gonna be Thursday night we're gonna do it. So, and Saturday possibly. So, get yourself some rocks. You can order them online. You can go pick them up anywhere off the ground. I don't recommend you move them around too much, because people get mad. Like, don't take them out of state parks and stuff, because it's like illegal to transport stuff like that and wood and stuff. If you know that, you know that. So. If you know, you know. So, and wash them, little Dawn dishwick and water, and dry them. And then we could talk about things we do to kind of, there's no like, we ain't got to use anything for a base. Usually just one solid color, let it dry, and then you can, different things you can do to trace over it and to make designs. So that'll be fun. That'll be this week. I'll put some on here. I did some where I do bras on it and underwear. And I've done, you know, I've made like little hobbit doors and all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing that Thursday night. So I'll see you guys Thursday night. It's 7 o'clock, same time. In the meantime, guys, I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go. And have a great night. And paint, guys. Just paint. Paint, paint, paint. Bye, guys. Thank you.